Hello, my name is Chanel. Welcome to my channel, Convos and Moments with Chanel. Again, I am taking my mother to a doctor's appointment, but I don't mind because I remember the times when I was not working from home. And for myself, I always had to drop her off to appointments and I could never wait with her or make sure she got home safely. So I am thankful that now that I kind of make my own schedule and I'm flexible, I'm able to do that. So I just record videos sometimes while I'm waiting for her because I wait outside the offices because of this coronavirus going around. But anyway, I had ran across a nice little quote, and it just really touched me because, I always kind of preach this. I don't want to struggle. I want to be stable mentality. And the reason why it's something big for me because I feel like some people they can't help the situations they're in, but after a certain while, I think people know when their situation is just not that great, and to basically drag kids into it because they have no choice when they're born, I think it's crazy. Like, if you know you're struggling, you have no money, and you're on your own, sometimes I feel like, why do people have a child? And then number two, sometimes when people are just going through it, they can never find stability with shelter, money, jobs. It's like, why do you have multiple children? But some people say it's not that easy as, oh, I know I can't afford it. I know I'm not in the right place. Let me make sure I don't do it. And I had to come to grips with that too, because people have explained it's not as easy as just saying, oh, I know I'm not in the best, stability stage to be bringing other people into this world. So I had to come to grips with that. But this quote is just so nice to me. And the quote basically is, my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. And I really love that because at the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing when you can say you have survived through some things. But when you really look back on it, do you really want to just survive in life? Did you really want that hard life to get through? And I know life is not peaches and cream, and there's always some curveballs thrown at us. But I just don't understand how people just get so used to struggling. Like, when you're so focused and always trying to have a milestone to accomplish, it's like no room for drama. It's no room for not being focused. It's no room to have people around you that's not on the same playing field, or at least in the same mindset. Like, I literally get all my drama and gossip, which is a sin too, but from reality shows. But I know I cannot do it in real life. I'm not trying to argue with real chicks in real life. I'm not trying to be chasing behind no man in real life. I'm not trying to be partying all day every weekend in real life. And I just don't understand how some people do these things that they know is going to bring dysfunction and no stability. And then they just keep on saying life is a struggle. Life is a struggle. Like, yes, life is a struggle, but to a certain extent, are you helping to ignite the flame of struggling? Like, if you know your bills are not being paid on time correctly, you don't need to be going out partying. Like, it is what it is. And I know some people will argue with me, well, Chanel, when you going through mad stuff in life, like parties, drugs, whatever, help you escape your pain. But you have to realize that's only temporary. And for some people, the amount that they spend on partying and drugs, they probably could have paid off a bill by now. So my thing is, people need to get out of the mindset of, oh, I'm struggling, I'm just going to survive. No, you need to struggle and strive. Get out of the mindset where you think everything is just the bare minimum and it's okay to live a certain way. Until you feel correct and you can brag to a certain extent about your life, you need to be focused and not getting distracted by outside things, whether it be people, drugs, alcohol, the company you keep, whatever. You need to focus, because just surviving is not cute. And I understand it's harder for others. Other people don't have the opportunities. But all I'm trying to say is, if you're not happy with your life and you realize there is something wrong, you need to be spending every day of your life, or putting aside some time, to figure out how you can come out of it. I think people get comfortable with it, and then when other people who are doing their thing, staying focused, changing their mindset, they have sort of like a resentment, or like some unkind words like, oh, well, you don't know what it is because you didn't grow up in this struggle or whatever. Yes, that's fine and true, but I damn sure know if I was, I would be trying to rise up out of it. And to a certain extent, I don't see people making the right moves to make sure they rise out of it. Sometimes you have to stop hanging around certain people. Sometimes you have to have 2, 3 jobs. Sometimes you have to give up that drug and that alcohol. But you got to do what you got to do, and just stop saying, oh, I'm struggling, I'm surviving. Learn to struggle and strive out of it. That's all I'm trying to say. And then if you see people doing their thing, don't always say, oh, well, you got it easy and just blow it off and this and that. Why don't you learn from that person? That's another thing I don't understand. People always want to talk about, nobody ever shows me the way. Do you ever try to follow around people, or be around people, or ask questions to people who are doing things that you would like to do? Or do you just sit there and criticize and say that person got it going on, or they got it easier, this and that? I'm the type of person, if I was around celebrities, yeah, I would love to take my little pictures showing I'm partying with them. But at the end of the day, you know what? I'm going to start picking their brain on how they do what they do. Do they have any tips? Do they have any people that I could reach out to dealing with so-and-so? Start learning from other people instead of just judging or being jealous. You'd be surprised how far it can get you. But anyway, my main thing in this video is stop being comfortable with struggling and surviving. And also, I know it's not that easy, but if you are struggling and just surviving, to a certain extent, think extra hard about bringing children into this world. I'm not saying kids have to be in name brand clothes. I'm not trying to say they should be having everything. I'm not trying to say they should be having cars when they graduate or when they turn 16. I'm not trying to say they should be walking around with piles of money to take pictures with in their room for social media platforms. But if you bring children into this world, please kind of be prepared for them. Children take money and effort. And it's the saddest thing when people have multiple children and they cannot handle it. It takes more than love just to raise children. It takes guidance. It takes finances. What if the government shuts down and they say, you know, there's no more scholarships, there's no more this and that? Can you honestly say, as a parent, you took every step to make sure that your child is secured financially? When these children are dressed so fly, do they have a bank account book that they can look at when they turn 18 and say, wow, mommy, daddy, y'all really saved all this money up for me? Stop trying to impress others. Impress your household. Impress your future. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I don't have any kids yet. And even when I do have kids, I just want one spoiled one. Me personally, I think I could just handle one financially and also emotionally. I just don't feel I'm that type to say, oh, this child is in soccer practice, this child is in dance, this child is on the bottle. That's just not me. God bless, but I think I just want one child and be responsible for one child. But it's just so like crazy when I just see multiple children under one household, just struggling, struggling, struggling. And I know parents have to try their best. I know they have to, because, you know, the judgment that comes from the outside society, the judgment that comes from family. But what I'm trying to say is stay focused and don't be comfortable with struggling. That's what keeps me going at the end of the day, knowing that the government is not going to help me. And number two, I do not want to be broke. Everybody has been broke before, unless you have a silver spoon, got trust funds, whatever the case may be, make decent money. I think everybody has kind of been broke before, or they had to find their way. But I just don't see how people get comfortable with being broke. It's so many opportunities out here, you just have to grab them. Yes, maybe they don't work so fast, but you have to keep working at it. My mother tells me all the time, Chanel, your generation has the most opportunities that I ever seen, from being video models, Instagram models, selling clothes online. Back in the day, you had to have a storefront to sell clothes and accessories. Now people are selling it from their computer, selling it online, doing videos. You don't even have to have a storefront these days. You could be a beautician. You don't even have to have a salon these days. Just get your license. Do it out your home. So it's so much opportunity, and I just wish people would really, really make it their focus. Because, see, it's a difference between talking and doing. There's going to be that person that says, oh, I want better for my child. I know I need to find a job that pays me more, but it's just hard out here. Then it's going to be that other parent who's going to be in the house every weekend preparing their resume to send it to places Monday through Friday, and also make sure places get that resume by foot. You have to be a doer in this generation. So that's all my video was on, is just trying to be stable and not just getting used to the mindset of struggling. And especially for my color people. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real. To a certain extent, African Americans, people of color, will always look down on. Some of it's our fault, some of it's not. But my whole thing is, come up out of it. Do what you got to do. Stop getting comfortable with struggling. And aim to be stable. And especially if you're going to bring children into this world. Thank you for visiting my channel. Like this video, subscribe. Most importantly, comment. I love having conversations, getting people's input. Social media with liking pictures gets very boring. I like having mature conversations and feedback. Thank you for tongue twisted. Thank you for visiting my channel, Convos and Moments with Chanel. Thank you. Later.